So for anybody that hasn't seen our midweek video, meet Dover. The little puppy we've rescued. He's 7 weeks old now. He's fitted in really, really well. He's adopted Loki and plays beautifully with him. But he does hate the heat and the sunshine, so we're going to take him back in now.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. It's very, very hot, isn't it, little man? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
He's a sensible Spanish dog. Avoid the sunshine.
Yes.
Unlike our mad hounds that are out sunbathing given half a chance.
Yes. And what's that phrase? Mad dog's an Englishman?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, I've left little Dover in the caves. It's nice and cool in there.
Yeah.
Our other two big dogs love it in there. Although somebody decided to join us sunbathing.
Yes. Kai.
Yeah.
She'll soon overheat and then go back inside again.
Yeah.
This week we achieved what we set out to achieve, and it was really good. And you'll see that in the video. We made mistakes and
Overcame them, as we do.
Yeah, overcame them as we do. Ordered a new tool to make the job easier.
Little hobby, laser level.
Yes. So that's about all we have here, really. Little Dover is a project all on its own, really.
Yeah, sleepless nights, teaching him to potty outdoors, etc, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
but wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
So enjoy the video, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Indeed. See you later.
See you later.
Alligator.
Ooh.
I know. In a while, crocodile.
I wasn't going to go there. I was not going to go there.
I know. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
See what I have to put up with?
Indeed. This isn't a particularly expensive version of itself, is it? Little laser level. Got off Amazon.
Yes.
Oh, it's not bad, actually. Yeah, we can see.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I can see it in real life.
Put it on the floor. See how far out we are.
Can you see if we've got a straight line there?
Yeah. We know that guideline we're going to with the mortar and the bricks.
Yes.
We've got a level of lasers. We've got Luke Skywalker with his laser blasters out.
Oh yeah. on this wall.
Spirit level
On this, yeah, on this wall we were using this line here of the mortar between bricks as a straight line. But you can see the laser level is here, so we've got that. But over here, same line, we've got that.
Yeah. But we used a spirit level.
Yes, I know, but it was
to gauge it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that mean that the spirit level we've been using is not level?
Probably. So everything we've built so far is not flat.
No wonder everything's at a jaunty angle. Okay, but as using this as a guide, I'm not going to turn it off. I'm going to see how much higher up here is compared to down there. Bear in mind there's a little bit of a distance top to bottom. So we need to measure where the laser height is on there. I'm sure it tells you in the book. But that's the height difference from up at the top of the curve, up here,
Yeah.
to where you took the tape measure back into the house, into the caves.
I did. But the unlevel spirit level has a measuring stick on it.
Yeah.
23 centimetres más o menos. Difference in the floor height from there to over there.
Yeah, but we've also already added
Yes.
there what we put down 12 centimetres.
Yes.
You'll put down 12 centimetres of hardcore.
Yep.
So that's 23, that's 25, that's 35 centimetres. So we was overestimating slightly. about the height difference because it felt a lot higher. But yeah. Wow.
Okay, so decision has been made. Lots of thinking caps on and what it will entail, etc, etc. We've chosen a height that we're going for. I don't know if this is picking up the laser beam level. And it's all dependent upon this soil pipe that's running through the middle of the room having enough coverage to be safe for walking on, etc. after it's got its sand, its cement and then tiled afterwards. So decision has been made. I now have a trusty pen and I'm going to whiz round and mark where the laser beam is. This is it, this is what we're going with.
Yes. And that's going to be the height of the concrete plus tile. And
then tiles on top.
And then tiles on top. So that step will be slightly higher. Won't it?
Yeah, which is fine because it's a really short step anyway. So a little bit of a trip hazard will make it a bit more significant. And the height of the doorway can take it anyway, so it's not a problem.
Exactly.
So here I go with a pen.
There's a white snakes on there. Here I go, a pen on my own.
Okay.
After much measuring, that'll do. This young lady here has been on her hands and knees in the gravel, marking the wall where we need to go. We've worked it out, so we've added for the extra tiles, as Lillian said moments ago.
So we now have a pretty blue line.
Yes.
That we're working to.
We're going, I'm not sure, I'll try and get it a bit closer because it's hard to tell with this little tiny screen, but we're going for there, which will then give us the extra height we need just to add another layer of tiles on there. Well, even the dogs have got bored and fed up. They're having a nice little kip. Okay, what do you think so far? Rubbish!
This is hard work, setting out for laying cement and concrete and stuff. I've never done it before. You see people doing it, the experts just go walk away. This is complicated.
Yes.
But anyway, learning as we go.
Learning as we go. So, this is going to give everybody a laugh who really knows what they're doing. But we are Bodget and Scarpa Incorporated.
Absolutely.
So, we set that wood up and that bit of wood there, that's only there because it's a bit that fills the gap and we don't want to cut it down because it's going to be useful for other things. That is ultimately the floor level of the kitchen, so we've done that as a shuttering. And that lintel there is actually our version of a step.
Yes.
What says you? Good idea.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's level. This side's being filled with concrete. We've now got to get another lintel that we've got outside left over from when this was all taken down to go here.
Along there.
Along there to achieve the same thing so that this pad can then be cemented. Concreted,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. And that has been the plan since day one. We asked our friend Glenn, didn't we? And he said, yeah, that's a good idea. He said,
it's as strong as anything, and
it's
already made, so go for it.
It's already made.
It exists, it's there.
Yeah, he's just said make sure it's level and you concrete it in, and it'll make a nice edge for a step anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and yeah, actually it'll make a stronger step than we could make because it's got reinforced metal in it and what have you. It's a lintel at the end of the day.
yeah, yeah. And recycling as well, because the lintel that we're going to use, and its friend possibly, but maybe not, originally was up there to the pillar there and went to there. So
yeah, we had somebody come the other day and looked in our backyard here and went, you've got some stuff. But yes, we haven't bought any of it. It's all recycled. Walls that have fallen down, we kept any bricks that we could, cleaned them off. End of another day. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. One more.
Don't she sneeze funny? Most people go, achoo!
I do not sneeze,
You
Fanny.
go, ooh, ooh, like a little hooper bird.
You're making me jiggle the camera up and down as I'm laughing. So, end of another day. Hardcore is down. Retaining walls, shuttering, whatever you want to call it, of various sorts.
Tripping over bits.
All very Heath Robinson, but I don't care. Down. Cemented in place where necessary. And ready for a day of pouring concrete tomorrow. So, as you can tell, fluidity in action. We've had to do whatever we've had to do to achieve whatever we need to achieve. And we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm done and I don't know about you. You've done most of the shifting of stuff. Halfway through the morning. Somebody's been working very hard, laying a concrete floor. Looking good.
Yes. None too shabby for somebody who's learning as they go.
Bit complicated to get the levels because we haven't got a stick that's the full width of the piece that we're doing. It would obviously be a lot easier to have a piece that went all the way from there to all the way over there and just do your backwards and forwards. But it's being done in bits. But we keep checking it with the laser level, so it will be absolutely spot on for tiling.
There's,
so I thought we weren't sewing anymore.
No, we're not okaying anymore.
Ah, okay.
So there's a tired milady.
Yes.
Sat there on their sofa of cement bags.
Jeff.
Okay, so where we've got to is here. That was 13 loads, took that, 13 mixes. It's slightly high where you can see the dark edge there, but we'll take the grinder to that once it's all cured properly and just take that ridge away. The lesson we've learned is that we need to make it easier on for ourselves.
So what we've done now, is we've built these, created them, levelled them with the laser level, concrete, sorry, is that the way, yeah, I always get it the wrong way around, can be poured into here, and levels can be done. That once that's cured, that could be like when you plaster a wall, you see that they put these in the wall and they plaster up to it and remove it afterwards. The only difference is we won't remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do them in an order that we do this one last because we originally were using the cement mixer on the unlevel floor that's behind you.
Yeah, we couldn't fill it.
It spilled its guts.
Everywhere.
Wall, everywhere.
It kind of vomited all the cement out, all the concrete out before we even got it mixed.
Exactly.
So
we're going to wait for this to cure now.
Yeah, so
we can then use it as levels.
Yes, so that's us finishing for the day. Just because we won't be able to do anything else now until this is turned. Well, it's 5:30 in the morning. Got woken up by a horrendous storm. We've literally just put this bucket there, trying to work out a balancing act so it doesn't fall over and catch as much water as possible. That all down there is just full of water now. Well, yeah, just full of water. We'll get the mop out. We had this happen when we I'm still really tired, I'm sorry. It was like this when we first arrived 2 years ago when we had a storm. You wouldn't believe that the chimney's actually got a cap on it. Right, next day.
Let's see what we've got.
Yes, I haven't had a look, and Lillian hasn't had a look.
Come on.
I just dealt with the fish tank first thing this morning, which is downstairs, but I didn't come upstairs. She went, "Are you having a look?" I went, "No, I'm doing the fish tank."
Wow. That's a thing.
It's not a rubbish thing from what I can see.
How hard are these runs, whatever you want to call them?
Well, knock on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to obviously shift that way.
Good enough.
It's pretty solid. Well, that one is. Yeah. I'm guessing that. Yeah. I mean, they're not mirror smooth for doing the stick over, but so it may get a little bit stuck in places, but.
It's got to be better than what we had to try and fight there yesterday.
Yes. For
So.
definite. For definite. Yeah. That ridge is even more pronounced now. It's dried out and it's done its thing, but we'll just take the grinder wheel just to take the high points off, as has been suggested to us.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's absolutely solid by the looks of it, and like that. Look, one little tiny crack there that we saw yesterday. Did try and rub it, but it was on the surface was wet, so there was nowhere, and then I wasn't going to damage it like you would do with walls, and just to move it off. But I'm tempted to walk on it actually, but that sounds solid.
We'll give it another day.
That sounds absolutely solid.
Can you imagine how devastated it would be if we walked across it and suddenly it cracked and gave?
Well, that's it.
So let's give it another 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll do a test walk on it in over the weekend, I think.
Yep.
Well, half time, and we've achieved a lot more than yesterday. So yes, I've been doing the mixing, fetching and everything, and the boss has been tamping, doing it down. She's done an awesome job. So she's just having a well-deserved break. Yeah. Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
I've just have a little slurp of lubrication for the old throatings.
Just finished for the day. It's been a... Idiot.
Oh, sorry.
Just finished for the day. It's been a long day. We started at 9. It's now about 5:30, 6 o'clock. We've had a quick shower and then come up to show you what we've done. Da, 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 da.
Yes, it is half completed. That's the other half. That's a completely. That's yeah. So.
No, don't just. It was okay.
Yeah, that's the other half, but that's a project for later because we've obviously got to move all that stuff onto this part, my new workshop. Apparently it's a kitchen, but I think it's going to be my new motorbike workshop still. Like I've even put sockets and everything in.
So as we showed earlier in the video, we made these runs of concrete, let them go off overnight. They were levelled using the laser level, and then it was easy. It's been a hard day. Chris has been making concrete, dumping it, and I've been tamping it down and then pulling it across to that level. I'm very pleased. It's good enough to tile. I'm not an expert, as you all know, as we keep saying. We're learning as we go. But actually, this is all right.
Yeah.
I'm very proud.
Not bad for a couple of old codgers.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this has now got a good week to dry. It's got the weekend now. Next week we're doing a different project upstairs.
Yep.
It's good to go, but very, very pleased.
I have not got a clue what this bloody insect is. And for those of you who say I'm zoomed right in, that is approximately, I'll move the tape down, even though you can't see it very well, approximately 5 centimetres long. It looks like a wasp. Where is it gone? There it is. Body shape of a wasp. Oh, I've not got a clue. God knows.
So I've absolutely no idea what this is, apart from huge. That's a pint glass. Obviously a bit opaque. And managed to catch it. It was in the kitchen. About to let it go.
You ready? Keep in mind, if it stings, we don't want you getting stung.
Loki mind. The morning after the night before. What a day it was yesterday. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Go us.
Indeed.
Let's have a closer look.
It's definitely been less than 24 hours, so obviously it's still quite green.
No crackage, which I
No.
believe is a sign of bad mixes, but no crackage.
Well, it's drying out too much, the moisture leaving, so it shrinks, so
Okay.
yeah. Oh, look out, the inspector's about, at least he's not too heavy. Go on then. The first living thing to walk across here to our knowledge, unless the geckos have been good about.
He doesn't think anything of it, it just is.
It's just a thing.
Loki,
Okay.
what are you doing?
How's the quality? How's the workmanship, mate? Yeah? Cool.
That's a pass then.